So, continuing with the process uh, which we did in the first video, dealing with how easily to remember the radian as well as the degree measures of the important angles of a circle. Let us now divide the rest part, that is the second, third, fourth quadrants into important angles. Now let's begin with the second quadrant, and so we are looking at 90 plus 30 degrees. That is so. Please remember that the angle measures, which is I mean the area need not be exact, but here it's done to make us understand the points. That's the key point. So 120 degrees again we are looking at two other angles with a difference of 15 degrees. That is so next one would be on 35 degrees, and of course the third angle would be 150 degrees. Now 150 plus 30, you're getting 180 degrees again. 180 plus 30, that is this is 210 degrees. Now two other angles with a difference of 15 degrees, that is naturally this would be 225 degrees, and again so this would be of course 240 degrees. And what about the last quadrant? Of course 270 plus 30 degrees. So this would be 300 degrees. That's 270 plus 30. Again with a difference of 15 degrees, that is so this would be 315 degrees. 315 degrees. And the next angle, that's the last angle we'll be writing in this particular section, that is so this would be 330 degrees. Now the important point now comes, and I'd like to highlight it. It's a very key point. Now we know that dividing the whole circle into degree measures, it's quite simple. It's simply a case of basic mathematics, but students usually go wrong in the radian measure, and here is and it's in this particular aspect we'll be looking at a particular method to easily remember the radian measures, and that's what I am going to do now. So what we are going to do is simply write the measures on small. What is meant by writing the measures on small? So we know that the first quadrant is, as we can see, divided into three important angles, that is 60 degrees, that's pi by 3, pi by 4, and pi by 6. The next thing we are going to do is, so this actually we are going to write the same radian measures in all the quadrants, and based on this particular arrow, I mean I am going to repeat it through the entire circle. So not the point that we haven't completed the measure, so this is just a step towards that. So this is pi by 3, that is pi by 4, and pi by 6. Now as we are going into the other two quadrants, that's the third and fourth quadrants, the key point is that the order gets reversed. It's not the same order, so I am writing it in the reverse form in the sense that in the upper portion, that's upper half of a circle, if I have written pi by 3 first, here it's pi by 3 which is coming last. So for the pi by 3, pi by 4, and pi by 6, that's the same thing is repeated on the other side, that is pi by 3, pi by 4, and pi by 6. Now, not the point that we haven't completed, of course. Pi by 3 is not 120 degrees. We know it. We haven't completed the measures, and it's the next point which is more interesting and it's simpler. As I already told, we only need to know the measures of the first quadrant to complete the entire thing. And so now 120, we know that 120 is of course 2 times 60 degrees. So that would be 2 pi by 3. Now what about 135 degrees? And if you look at 135 degrees, we can see that that is 3 times 45 degrees. It's quite simple. So the key point is that fill up the other quadrants on the basis of the values which are given in the first quadrant. So on 35 degrees is 3 times 45 degrees. So this would be 3 pi by 4. And what about pi by 6? And of course we know that 150 degrees is 30 degrees times 5, and it's very simple. That is, so it is 5. So it will be 5 pi by 6. Now what about 210 degrees? Once again we are looking at pi by 6. So pi by 6 is 30 degrees, and of course it is 30 degrees times 7, so that would be 7 pi by 6. And what about 225 degrees? Now that is pi by 4, and pi by 4 is 45 degrees, and that is 45 degrees times 5, so this is 5 pi by 4. And what about pi by 3? Pi by 3 of course is 60 degrees, and here it's 240 degrees, and 60 times 4 is 240, and of course so this is naturally 4 pi by 3. And going on to 300 degrees, that is pi by 3, and pi by 3 is of course 60 degrees, and that is quite simple. That is 60 times 5 is 300, so this is 5 pi by 3. And what about 315 degrees? And now 315 degrees is of course 7 times 4, that is 7 pi by 4. And going on to the last, that is pi by 6 of course is 30 degrees, and 33 is of course 11 times 3. So of course this is 11 pi by 6. So you can see that by this simple method we have got the radian measures of all the important angles which are usually covered in all the 4 quadrants. Thank you.